Dragon Ball Tyrant here to talk about a lot of things Dragon Ball once again. Order of stuff I'm going to talk about. This is kind of a follow-up of my last kind of discussion video with gameplay over it. I did want to talk about some more stuff too. So Dragon Ball FighterZ is top of the list because about a week or two ago the patch came out and it totally changed the game. Also, it was the 30th anniversary of, or it is the 30th anniversary of Dragon Ball Z, and some stuff came out with that, and there's just been a lot of crazy stuff in the community that I'm going to talk about, and also Dragon Ball Super, if it's continuing or not. So, Dragon Ball FighterZ, patch notes. A lot of stuff happened. This reportedly was a buff patch, but they did change a lot more dynamics, or things that are like essential to the game, with that really changed the game. I said it before, I think, but Dragon Ball FighterZ feels like a completely new game, and there have been a lot of players out of the gate who've been playing. We're seeing a lot of full servers again, and that's really refreshing. Basically, here's what changed, and it's helping speed up matches. The biggest thing is health recovery is dropped a lot. So seldom am I seeing matches go close to zero now. Matches are half the length they used to be, and it speeds things along and really refreshing. Key gauge. Yeah, as I mentioned, the red recovery is lower, but also when you're playing someone who's sparking and they do damage to your key gauge, recovery almost completely disappears, which actually buffs sparking a ton. It makes sparking unbelievably good. So yeah, you don't want to play someone who is really good with a certain character, and they're going to save him to the end and spark, and then it turns into a crazy mess. But that's been me with Tien lately, honestly. So reduced super attack damage, and on the follow-ups, and that's been okay, but increased damage for the level 3s, and that means a lot more people have been doing raw level 3s, just like that. Look how much damage this does right here. He downed my Frieza when I had like a third health on a raw level 3, so a little absurd in my opinion. Vanish moves are easier to happen, and I've definitely been taking advantage of that. And reflects are now invincible to sparking, so when someone sparks against you and you reflect, you can counter their sparking, and I've taken advantage of that a few times. So you can combo off of Dragon Rushes a lot easier now. That's pretty nice. But also the Dragon Rush does less damage, and you gain less ki with the Dragon Rush. So it's more of a grab like in regular fighting games rather than like a high damage dealer. Ooh, look at that. He whiffs the Super Saiyan 3 level combo and get the win on that one. I'm falling a lot more in love with Tien. He's always been one of my favorite characters, but he definitely got a buff. I'll talk about him a little bit. Guard cancel change. That's one of the biggest things too. Is it's a lot easier to do guard cancels, and I'm seeing them a lot more often now. The backdash is a whole lot better. So been seeing that happen a lot more. Shenron, when Shenron revives a character, they have a lot more health now, so a lot more incentive to go for Shenron now. Dramatic finishes are easier to trigger now, but I haven't seen any since because they're still really hard to trigger. And characters-wise, as I mentioned, it was a balance patch, but really it was like a buff everybody patch, because like I mentioned, Tien's a lot better, and he even has more moves. He has like a a new Tri-Beam where there's 2 of them and 2 different variants of that. And he has new combos that you can do. Frieza's better, and Frieza's level 3, Golden Frieza. He now gains a lot of ki when he's doing that, and so he's like B level tier now, as opposed to like C- level, which he used to be. What else? Oh, okay. So for some reason, Android 16 got a buff, as if that was ever necessary. But the characters who got the biggest buffs are actually Nappa and Krillin. So 2 of the worst characters are actually like Nappa's probably like a level B now, and Krillin's, as opposed to being like a D-, he's probably like a C+ now, and that's nice. Vegito though, Bardock, I don't mind Bardock because I play with Bardock, but Vegito though is still way overpowered, and that's really annoying. But I'm so tired of the machine gun kicks endlessly when I play Vegito players. And other players that are still too good. I still don't like playing Goku Blacks. He's about the same. I don't even notice what they've changed in him, but in my opinion, they need to nerf certain things. I know players often say that Goku Black's overrated, but he has some things that are just annoying, like the Zamasu grab. Players who are nerfed, who are actually noticeably nerfed, I'd say probably Broly is one of them. And not much though. I think Cell was a little nerfed. I think Gohan, Adult Gohan was a little nerfed. So things are definitely a little more balanced, but not as balanced as I need to be. Overall commentary on the patch, I know I've spent way too long talking about it, but you know, I just love this game, so I'm gonna do it. Is they fixed some things that absolutely need to be addressed, and it's helped the game a lot, but there are still some things that are just untouched, and it's absurd. For one, and I'd say most importantly, rage quitters. It's way too easy to rage quit in this game, and that it's really annoying that people do it. Every day I play, I have someone rage quit on me. Partly why I'm still a Super Saiyan 3. I've been Majin a few times, but when I play Majin, I end up playing Super Saiyan God, so I don't mind being SS3. Anyways, that's it for fighters. Evo signups have increased since the patch, and that's been great. So I'm happy to see that. So, talking about other things Dragon Ball, let's just get to what everyone's talking about, and it's really annoying. People are still talking about the Vic Mignogna, Monica Rial situation, and understandably so, because one thing that has suffered from the drama of this whole situation is Kamea-Con. It's their second time doing it. First time around was really good, and they Kamea-Con lost 3 voice actors, maybe 4, Monica Rial being one of them. And Monica decided to do for her fans, like, oh, I'll have a separate signing, so if you want to see me, you can come see me, but it's 25 miles from Kamea-Con, so there's some passive aggression there. Meanwhile, I think I'm like a lot of other Dragon Ball fans, where I'm just like keeping quiet about it, but I feel like there is a lot of Dragon Ball channels who are trying to take advantage of the situation and get clicks by talking about it. And there are some really toxic channels that are just trying to spread rumors. There was this one channel I was watching recently. I was trying to say that because of what's happening, Toei's gonna lose Funimation as their dub for their English dub for Dragon Ball, and that's absurd. I haven't heard anything about that, and you know, it's toxic to spread rumors like that, especially something so egregious. I hope everything gets situated with the whole thing. I hope the truth comes out, but it's not my business to really talk about anything regarding the situation specifically. So all you channels out there who are just using the situation to get more views, cut it out. You know, let the law handle it. You know, don't spread rumors, and yeah, that's it. Alright, so other stuff. 30th anniversary of Dragon Ball Z, therefore Toei, not Funimation, because Toei is also releasing it. Funimation's just doing the English dub for it. Is doing a Blu-ray box set of the entire series, which they've never done. They've always done, well, not for Blu-ray. I mean, they've done the DVD thing, but they've never done for Blu-ray. The whole series on Blu-ray, and they were looking for 3,000 people to spend $350 to get the whole series. And there's a lot of people out there who are saying it's a rip-off, and it's not a good buy, but if you add up all the whole series with all the other Blu-rays, it's cheaper. And you know, it's retail each season on those Blu-rays. It was like $30 a piece, but like Dragon Ball Z has 291 episodes, and if you're getting that with some art and bonus content for $350, you're only spending like $1.50 an episode. You know, that's a pretty good deal. So I support buying it because I support Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna say they're trying to rip people off. They put a lot of time and money and effort into it, and if you like the series, it's something you should support, in my opinion. On to other stuff. Dragon Ball Super, there were certain channels who have been saying that Dragon Ball Super is in production, and Toei has said that that's not the case, and it's been a rumor. I don't know what the truth is. I hope it's true. According to these channels, Dragon Ball Super has been in production since the Broly movie wrapped up production. So if that's true, and Toei saying it's a rumor, this is just speculation and there isn't any absolute evidence for this, but it's something to consider. There are a lot of Dragon Ball Z cast members, most specifically Masuko Nozawa, who are older. Masuko Nozawa is in her mid-80s. So, you know, the show can't go on forever. I hope there isn't any health issues that's preventing production of Dragon Ball Super from continuing. But it's something we as Dragon Ball fans need to understand, is this show has to end at some point. And what's best for this show is for it to end on a good note. Super did end on a pretty decent note at the end of the Tournament of Power, but the Broly movie did bring out some new interesting stuff. So I'm really hoping that we'll just get about 50 episodes of really good content to really wrap up the series. I've said this before in a video of mine when Super was ending, so that's one of my early videos. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Goku, think my training is working?